Good morning, everybody. Thomas here from the Three Buff Guys, joined here with my dad, Richard. We are both on our paths to complete physical peak fitness. William was not able to join us today, but how are you doing, Pa?
I'm doing very, very well, thank you. I
Yep.
am coming close to the peak of physical fitness,
Yeah.
without doubt. I am fitter now than I've been in the last 30 years. So making big progress.
I'm pretty sure you're part Billy Goat. Do you want to tell the viewers what you guys did yesterday?
Yeah, got a couple of pictures as well, but yesterday we went up a mountain. It's a place that has it's a place that's very special to us. It's one of the first places we went to when we moved to Austria many years ago. And we have some great memories there as a family. So it's a shame that you couldn't have been there, Thomas.
Yeah.
But we went on about a 3 hour walk. Walk is a very conservative way of putting it. It was a mountain hike more than anything else. We went up approximately 500 meters up a mountain track. And then your brother decided that we would take the shortcut down that wasn't really a shortcut after all. It started off looking like a track, but it actually was an animal track that went nowhere. So we got a third of the way down, and then we had no choice but to keep on going. But we
Mhm.
made it. We lived to tell the tale. And we had a wonderful meal at the end of it. So it wasn't all bad.
Fantastic.
So here we
Ah,
are now. July 2021. God, I've got to do something about this haircut and this face of mine. No matter how much you lose weight, you can't change the face. But this was exactly 1 year ago today, and this was your brother yesterday at the top of the mountain, and this was me and your mum.
I, I
So
don't I don't know I don't know if it's the camera that you're using, but you guys both look taller. I don't know if that's a result of you guys just losing the weight. It makes you guys look taller, but you both look so trim and tall.
I wish I was taller. When I stand next to your brother, I'm definitely not. Nowhere
Yeah.
near as tall as I used to be, and I didn't start very tall. So what we need from you, just to round this month off, we need
Yeah.
a photograph of you recently,
Okay.
because the photograph, besides your beautiful mother, this photograph isn't that great, but definitely there's a remarkable difference between 1 year ago today and yesterday.
Oh, absolutely.
So I need your mileage and I need William's mileage, but now I'm 2,000, pretty much 2,500 kilometers since we started. So from where we are, I could have walked from here to the coast in Calais in France and back home again. So before you know it, I'll be there in Boise.
Oh my gosh.
If not in person, certainly virtually.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is absolutely incredible.
Okay, so over to you. What went well this week? How are you feeling? And what about the sweet stuff challenge?
Well, what went well this week? My life at the moment is on a really positive incline, and lots of really exciting things happening. Not all related to health and fitness, but my fiance and I we're in the process of possibly buying a house, which is a really exciting thing. It's first time for me, and so that's translated to me feeling incredibly happy, stressed, worried. Will we get everything done in time? Will there be enough time to do it? And the wedding, it's fun, but it has its moments for sure. The no sweet stuff challenge, I did surprisingly well on it actually. No soda. I didn't have any candy, but I did have my granola bars that I had with my lunch, and I'm pretty sure that still counts as sweet. But in terms of what I'd call, well, just real sweets, cakes, pastries, candy, none of that. So I'm pretty proud of myself.
So what does that translate to in a normal week? Would you have had some pastries or candy or?
So not particularly. I really love food, as you know. But when I'm at home, I don't really eat a whole lot of sweets. But I have excessive amounts um, of regular food of my dinner. I'll have a very large dinner, for example. So I think that's where my biggest problems are. But so not really having any sweets this week was not a difficulty for me.
Okay, all right then.
What about you?
Well, the sweet stuff challenge, I the only sweet thing that I had this week
Yeah.
were 2 glasses of orange juice on Thursday morning at breakfast. I've had no cake, um, no honey except for this morning, and that is a big difference because usually each day at breakfast there would be maybe one oat cake with marmalade on, and the afternoon, as you know, the afternoon cake. There would have been a piece of cake every day, even if it would be a half a piece.
Hmm.
And there's the dreaded candy bar machine in the office, so it was a real temptation to walk past that. Also, I've been travelling up to Munich again. Me and your mum were up there this week, and in the office there's a coffee shop with just fabulous pastries. So when we drove back down from Munich, we bought pastry, and your mum said, "All right, do you want some?" I said, "No." So the 3 hour drive, 3.5 hour drive home from Munich, we end up throwing away half the pastry once we got home. So
Wow.
I'm proud of the achievement there, really.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that we've all fallen guilty to that. Everybody that's taken a sort of a long, road trip or drive, it's just minute after minute, hour after hour of just being on the road. There's nothing else to do really, so we automatically reach to the center console and pull out whatever's in there.
Yeah,
It,
exactly. Because
yeah,
in the center console there are uh, caramel sweets, Werther's original,
yeah.
and normally whenever I drive, I would have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them, and by the time I get to Munich and back, maybe half the packet's gone. But this
Hmm.
time, they stayed where they were.
Good, good.
No temptation. What went well this week for me? What went well was I have come close to beating my all-time weekly step goal, and um, quite probably if I put my mind to it, and I almost certainly will, if I get another 6,000 steps today, this will be the highest step week that I've ever done. So that went well, really well. The sweet stuff challenge went well. How are you feeling? In some ways, I'm feeling good
Hmm.
because on top of the walk that I did with your mum and your brother yesterday, I woke up early and I did um, a 14-kilometer walk first thing in the morning up to Sternberg and around the back and down to Felden and home. So I did a lot of steps yesterday, 35,000 or thereabouts. And I woke up this morning feeling good, and I went and did another 12 kilometers first thing this morning up to Sternberg and around again. So that's all been going well, but I've put on weight. So how am I feeling? I'm feeling that there is some kind of hard justice in this life.
Hmm.
But anyway, it could be worse. Today's topic: what do you do when you don't see your own progress? So you tell me, Thomas.
I would say before three buff guys, give up. That was it. I don't see it. It's not working. So what's the point? Now realized a lot of things about myself, about others, is people can tell you that they see a difference in you, and it doesn't matter how often or in what way they tell you it. If you don't want to believe it, you won't believe it. Um, but I do think that opening yourself up to people's criticism, while risky, is an important thing to do, because very often we are the last people to see our own progress. So we we almost have to rely on the other person, telling us, "I see a difference in you." I think to keep up the good fight. Like I said, up until now, if I wouldn't have seen it, I would have given up. But I've had people from your work that have taken the time to watch these videos say, "Wow, we see a difference in all of you guys," and there's nobody out there that has, owe us a fed line. It is, these are people who, from what I can tell about the people that you work with, most of them seem very, very active, have good, healthy lives. A lot of Austrians do, and so, one of the things I've learned about the Austrians when it comes to the health, that if they don't think you're doing well, they'll let you know. And
Oh yeah,
so it's a wonderful thing to just say, okay, I don't see it, but people do, and that's all right, and I'm okay with that.
yeah,
So, but I get why, if you look in the mirror after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, of exercise and commitment and healthy eating, and you don't see a difference, I get why you'd want to give up. I completely understand.
yeah. For me, I stand on the scales every morning now.
Hmm.
Same routine. I wake up. I pull my walking clothes on. I go out for a walk. Even if I can only manage 15 minutes, I I do it. I come back. I have my shower and stand on the scale every single day,
Right.
and that normally gives me the motivation I need. When I stood on it this morning, I thought, hey, that's unfair because I've done so much this week.
Hmm.
Then I took stock of things. Last Sunday we had a barbecue. And there was a lot of food on the barbecue, and I had far more than I would normally have eaten. And in the office on Friday, I had lunch, and I wouldn't normally have eaten lunch. And I had dinner in the evening, and I had two or three beers. Stayed off of the whiskey this week, so that was a good side as well. But when I looked back and took stock of things, I figured, yeah, my exercise was up this week, but also my food intake was up this week. That's why for many people it makes a lot of sense just to keep some kind of food diary to, when you think, oh, life is unfair, I've not eaten anything, and when you go back and look at the diary,
Right.
even if you just flip through the photographs that you took of the food throughout the week, you think, oh, well, maybe I did eat more than I remember eating.
Hmm.
And starting this week with the challenge that you're going to set, I'm going to get the tape measure out, because where I am at the moment, I'm I know that I'm worlds apart in terms of fitness from where I was last year. I know that last year, if I wanted to, I could have walked as many kilometers as I did yesterday. I could have done that a year ago. But today I would have been dead. Typical English people are very stubborn, they'll go for years with doing no exercise, and then all of a sudden they'll wake up and, oh, let's go and climb a mountain.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning feeling good. Not one blister,
Hmm.
not no aches and pains, and I went out and did it again. And I feel that I could go and do it tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So
Hmm.
that's where I'm definitely good. But in the pictures and this, where are we? This picture here, there's still a belly there. the belly fat's not going. Or it doesn't seem to be going. This morning I met the neighbor and she said, "Oh, you're so much thinner now. You're so much better, and your belly's going." But I don't see it. So the tape measure is coming out for me this week. So this week's challenge.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me what you and your mum discussed.
So it's going to come back to bite me because it always does. You know, one of the things that in all of this challenge that I never thought I would witness was the way my mother, your wife, would just absolutely charge out of the gate and grab this by the horns and just completely and utterly shame me. Not in a bad way, but she would just go out there and she would get it done. She has done such a fantastic job, and this Lucy lady, for those of you who've been watching, you probably have heard of her a few times, but she makes these videos. She's this trim young lady. She good looking, and she'll have these videos, and they're short videos. So it's like, oh well, how bad could it be? I do one of those. I've damn near killed myself every time I've done it. It's absolutely brutal. And so my mom we were on the phone yesterday, and she was saying, well, they have the arms and they have the bellies, and my belly is the area of shame for me. This is what I hate seeing most of all. And so we both decided, sort of off screen before we got started, that we wanted to focus on our belly, on hopefully blasting some of that belly fat away. So we're going to be doing at least 4 Lucy belly workouts.
Yeah, and I think that they're less than 10 minutes. I think somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. So if we can't find 3/4 of an hour in the week to do this, then there's something wrong with our lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm definitely game for that.
Yeah.
Try and get rid of this thing somehow or other.
Yeah.
Okay. So the progress or lack of it. This week I walked 124 kilometers. So that's 80 miles. I didn't eat anything sweet. I took this challenge seriously. But I still gained about 2 pounds, about a kilo. So I was a little bit demoralized, but let's get on track for next week. I was hoping this week to have a big smile on my face and to have another downward measurement. But it is as it is. I'm not beating myself up. I've enjoyed the week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just work harder in the week ahead.
Yeah.
To the steps. We're all doing well again. I see that you're a little bit up on last week.
Yeah, not crazy, but a little bit. Yep.
Still, the agreement was a minimum of 10,000 per day, and every single day you do a lot more than just the minimum now. What's your lowest day? It looks to be about 11,500. Thereabouts. Yeah, so looking good there. William also did good. Today is going to be a hard day for him because he woke up late. He's here with us this weekend. He woke up late. Mm-hmm. He came for a walk with me later on this afternoon, but he's gone out this evening. So somehow or other, I know that he will do it, but it'll be a hard one for him today. For me, 150,000 steps this week. Mm-hmm. So 123. I've got to do. If I do another 5 or 6,000 steps, this will be my most steps ever in a week. So I need to get motivated to go and do it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So all in all, so today's topic. What else do you have to add? I know that you've got a hard timeline today, so we best finish this thing in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Seeing the pictures of you guys up there, up on the mountain, um, you really are living your best life, I think, in all senses of the word. You're, going to places that I just think it's incredible that you've lived in Austria now for 13 years, 14 years. We've been to well, many, many times. But that is the first time that you guys actually made it up there. Oh, as a collective unit. I mean, that is phenomenal because that shows that no matter where you live, no matter how long you live there, there's always something new to explore. There's always something just around the corner that you can find and learn. And I think that looking at you guys, I see this whole world of opportunities just opening up because, as I said before, Austria is a very, very, very fit country. People there love their outdoors, and rightly so. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. I think I think that you guys have only just begun to unlock all of these hidden experiences that would only be available to those who get out there, get off their chairs, and go and walk and hike and bike and explore these things.
I agree with you. However, as the Americans say, right back at you, the place that you live,
Yeah,
there are far more fit and healthy people than couch potatoes.
for sure.
When I think about driving around where you live, you just, as with us, you just look up at the mountains, at the foothills, and it's there. It's all on your doorstep. All you need to do is take the 15 minutes or 30 minutes maximum to get there and go and enjoy it.
Right.
Talking of which, when are you next up to Table Rock again?
I'm trying to get some time away from Lily, but I'm thinking either this next weekend coming or the weekend after that. I told her I said I'm rip roaring and ready to go. So I just need to get the okay from her, and then I'll be up there. But it is gonna be different than last time. It is going to be down at the parking lot, and I am going to go and go and go and go until I get up to the top. It's not going to be. It's going to be under an hour. That's what I'm aiming for.
Okay.
I think it's doable.
So another piece of advice from me is get up early.
Yeah.
While she's still sleeping, it's cool, and by the time you get back, she's just about waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Then you set your day up perfectly.
Absolutely.
So I shall keep track on that one 2 weeks from now.
For sure. Absolutely.
All right. So, can you bring this thing to a close today, then, young man?
Yeah. Well, guys, another Buff Guys in the books. It has been a really exciting one for me. I've always enjoyed talking to you, Pi. It's a great way to end out my week. Just want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. We really, really love doing this for you. We're sorry William couldn't be here, but thank you guys so much from my end.